The 2023 On3 rankings have been finalized, and I'm here today with On3 Director of Scouting and Rankings, Charles Power. We're going to reveal the final 32 five-stars in the 2023 class, so let's just get right into it. Let's start at number 32 with wide receiver Eugene Wilson, headed to the Florida Gators.
Yeah, Eugene Wilson is a silky smooth wide receiver. He is highly coordinated and skilled, an outstanding route runner, sub 4.5 speed on the lasers. He's got great ball skills, makes plays after the catch, NFL bloodlines, and you can kind of see that with his skill level and how he plays.
Number 31, we have athlete Nicholas Harbor, one of two unsigned prospects in the top 32.
Yeah, Nicholas Harbor is one of the more unique prospects that we've evaluated. His size and speed combination is unique at 6'5", 225, runs a 10.28 in the 100 meters. He could be a tight end or an edge at the next level. We get to see him play tight end at Under Armour this past month, and he was easily running past top corner. So just unique prospect overall.
Number 30, we have quarterback Malachi Nelson, signed with the USC Trojans.
Yeah, Malachi Nelson has been a national name since he was a freshman in high school. He's a polished rhythm passer who is consistent, accurate, throws with touch.
At number 29, we have defensive lineman David Hobbs, headed to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, David Hobbs is a dynamic jumbo athlete. He stars on both sides of the ball in high school as a tight end and defensive end. Is a two-sport star in football and basketball. This guy runs in the 4.7s at 270 pounds, and we project him along the defensive line.
Coming in at number 28, running back Cedric Baxter, signed with the Texas Longhorns.
It's a close call with the top three running backs. You really can make an argument for any of them. Cedric Baxter has been our number one running back for the majority of the cycle. His combination of size, burst, and all-purpose ability makes him our number one running back.
Checking in at number 27, offensive tackle Caden Proctor, who Alabama flipped the day before signing day.
Caden Proctor is a first-off-the-bus type at offensive line. He is a house physically, at 6'6", 345 pounds, very powerful and moves well at that size. And we could see him playing multiple spots along the offensive line depending on the need at Alabama.
Number 26, wide receiver Noah Rogers.
Yeah, Noah Rogers is an outside receiver with deep threat ability. He's got 4.4 speed. He can take the top off of defenses. We see that often on Friday nights. What really impressed us about Noah Rogers is seeing him in person in the all-star setting was his ability as a route runner as well. He can drop his weight and change direction and can make some acrobatic catches in traffic.
Number 25, offensive tackle Charles Jagasaw.
Yeah, Charles Jagasaw has just outstanding balance for offensive linemen. He's a big, explosive athlete who stars on both sides of the ball, which is kind of a theme you'll see with these offensive linemen. He is heavy-handed, has a big frame, and he's also doubles as one of the top heavyweight wrestlers in the Midwest.
Number 24, wide receiver Jurion Dickey.
Yeah, Jurion Dickey has a phenomenal combination of size and route running ability. He's 6'2", 215, and just kind of wins in every phase of the play. He's a bully after the catch. He's highly productive and impressive in every setting we've seen him. And he missed most of his senior season, but he was a five-star just coming out of the summer, and we decided to keep him as one.
Number 23, tight end Deuce Robinson, currently unsigned and uncommitted.
Yeah, Deuce Robinson is a mismatch in the passing game. He runs like a receiver, and he's 6'5", 225 pounds. He had a great senior year with over 1,600 yards and 14 touchdowns, and is another three-sport athlete who could be an MLB draft pick.
Number 22, we have edge Damon Wilson.
Yeah, Damon Wilson is a pure pass rusher who may have the best bend among these edge prospects. He's a great first step, very good length, and can really dip and bend with his flexibility.
At number 21, linebacker Suntarian Perkins.
Yeah, Suntarian Perkins had a dominant high school career and really senior season, capped off with a state championship run as a linebacker and running back at the high school level. He ran for over 2,000 yards as a ball carrier, and he's one of the longest linebackers that we've evaluated. Was phenomenal in both all-star games we saw him in. He has great range and sideline-to-sideline speed, and really surprises you with his physicality.
All right, we're here at number 20 with quarterback Dante Moore.
Yeah, Dante Moore has an argument as the most polished passer in this cycle. He's an easy, quick release, strong arm, very accurate from the pocket. He's always a standout in neutral settings. Just seeing him in 7-on-7, the Elite 11, and most recently the All-American Bowl, where he had a phenomenal performance. And it was hard to deny him a fifth star after seeing him that week.
At number 19, offensive tackle Francis Mauigoa headed to Coral Gables, signed with the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, Francis Mauigoa is a really nimble, powerful offensive lineman. This is a guy who has a 4.5 second shuttle at 6'5", 325 pounds. Probably the most ready to play of these offensive linemen, and there's several offensive linemen that are 5 stars. He started at right tackle and then left tackle at IMG, playing against top competition, not only in games, but also in practice every day. So I would not be surprised if Francis Mauigoa comes to Miami ready to play.
Number 18, linebacker Raylan Wilson.
Raylan Wilson is the definition of a modern off-ball linebacker. This guy is 6'1", 225, and runs a 10.9 in the 100 meters, and he plays to that speed. He has the ability to trigger and close, which is outstanding, and just a high-volume tackler with great range.
In at number 17, edge Yanze Pierre.
Yeah, Yanze Pierre is a violent, explosive pass rusher. You watch his senior video, or really his junior or sophomore video for that matter, and he's just blowing up plays in the backfield. The collisions almost look like car crashes. In seeing him in person in all-star games, you could see a natural pass rush ability that was really encouraging, and maybe something you didn't see on high school film, but that was something that really kind of elevated him to a 5-star in our opinion.
Number 16, defensive lineman David Hicks.
David Hicks is a rocked-up, powerful, polished defensive lineman. He could line up and wreak havoc from multiple spots in the front. His athleticism and power just creates a lot of mismatches in pass rush situations.
And here we are at number 15 with safety Peyton Bowen.
Peyton Bowen is a twitchy, highly athletic, and instinctual safety. He makes plays all over the field. Every time you flip on the games on Friday nights, he's just making wild plays. And he also doubles as one of the top return men in the cycle. And a word to college coaches, do not kick to Peyton Bowen.
Number 14, cornerback Jermaine Matthews, signed with the Ohio State.
Yeah, this one might surprise some people, but just kind of going back and going through this ranking, Jermaine Matthews was the best corner I saw in person or on film in this cycle. He's 5'11", 175 pounds. He has plus length. This is a guy who really kind of blew up on the national scene on the college camp circuit. He ran 4.35, 4.40 at different college camps. Just a fluid and sticky in-man coverage, and he's a playmaker on Friday nights. He had 11 interceptions the last 2 seasons.
Number 13, defensive lineman Jordan Hall.
Yeah, Jordan Hall lives in the backfield. You watch him on Friday nights, and he is just back there in a flash. Great first step and body quickness, and which is arguably, I think, among the best of this defensive line group. And he has plus length to go with the quickness at 6'3", 315 pounds.
Coming in at number 12, edge Deshaun Womack.
Yeah, Deshaun Womack has a complete tool set as a pass rusher. He's 6'4", 245 pounds, runs in the 4.7s. He is athletic, powerful, and technical. Great senior season. He had 15 sacks in 10 games against top competition.
Number 11, offensive tackle Zalance Hurd.
Zalance Hurd's combination of length and strength is probably the best among these offensive tackles. He has 36-inch arms, just huge wingspan, and is extremely strong and nasty. On Friday nights and also in the All-Star setting, he's just a people mover, and I would not be shocked if he's LSU starting right tackle next year.
Before we get into the top 10, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit the like button on this video and also subscribe to the On3 YouTube page. We got you covered with all things recruiting and college football. Hit that subscribe button to the On3 YouTube page. All right, let's get into number 10, defensive lineman James Smith.
Yeah, James Smith has been the top defensive lineman for us for really the entirety of the cycle. He's a great first step, shock in his hands, and his toughness and physicality to win in a phone booth is unique, as well as his ability to run sideline to sideline in pursuit.
All right, here we go at number 9, interior offensive lineman Javen Williams.
Javen Williams is a weapon in the run game. He's one of the more mobile offensive linemen that I've seen recently come through the high school ranks. Some of the things he can do as a blocker at the second level are to be honest, like pretty special. And he's also doubles as one of the best shot put and discus throwers, on the Eastern Seaboard.
Number 8, safety Caleb Downs.
Yeah, Caleb Downs has an argument as the best high school football player in this cycle nationally. He had 25 touchdowns on offense while leading his team to a state title in the highest classification in Georgia. He's just highly intelligent and physical safety. He has great cover ability with 19 career interceptions, and he is a missile in run support. So just a complete overall safety.
Number 7, offensive tackle Monroe Freeling.
Yeah, like I said, really strong offensive line cycle this year. Monroe Freeling, to me, was the most impressive offensive lineman that we evaluated on senior film and in person, seeing him in the all-star setting. I think his combination of frame at 6'7", 295 pounds, and his flexibility makes him a unique prospect along the offensive line. Just one of the more flexible offensive linemen that I've evaluated, and he really made a jump as a senior, adding functional strength and power.
Number 6, quarterback Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, if I had to play a college football game tomorrow, I'm rolling with Jackson Arnold. He's the most productive of these quarterbacks while also playing the best competition. Just a well-rounded skill set, quick release, strong arm, an underrated runner, and he improved his pocket presence as a senior.
Coming in at number 5, Zachariah Branch.
Yeah, Zachariah Branch is the most electric skill player in the 2023 cycle. He's just a blur in every facet. He has elite top-end speed, but what really makes him special is his ability to harness that speed as a route runner and after the catch. And we're confident he's going to be a star at USC. He's dominated in every setting we've seen him.
At number 4, edge Adepoju Adebaware.
Adepoju Adebaware is one of the biggest freaks in this cycle, and he's really just scratching the surface of what we think he could be. His length and athleticism is eye-popping. He is a juiced-up athlete with a 7-foot wingspan, and when you get all of these guys on the same field, he's the one that kind of has that wow factor physically.
Number 3, quarterback Arch Manning.
Yeah, Arch Manning has the quickest release of these quarterbacks that are 5 stars. He has one of the stronger arms as well, and I thought he added velocity as a senior, which is pretty encouraging. He's just very polished with a projectable arm in frame to when you're projecting forward.
Number 2, edge Keon Keeley.
Yeah, Keon Keeley is a dominant pass rusher, really with a complete skill set. He's 6'5", 245 pounds, great first step, advanced technical ability. He can win with speed or power. I think the bend is impressive when you see him in person, and he has an array of moves. 32 and a half sacks over the past 2 seasons in high school football, and when you see him in person, it kind of reminds you a little bit of other top pass rushers like a Michael Williams, Will Anderson in recent years. So, he kind of did what he wanted to against top competition.
Coming in at the number 1 spot in the 2023 class is quarterback Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah, Nico Iamaleava is the most physically gifted quarterback in what we think is a deep cycle at the position. He pairs a big league arm with twitchy athleticism. He can do some things with the football that most of these other quarterbacks can't. The ball pops out of his hand. He really has the ability to make every throw. And I think what separates him a little bit is his reactive quickness and just twitchy athleticism to go with the big arm.
Thank you, Charles. That was a very informative rundown of 1 through number 32. Charles, tell me, how do the On3 rankings also correlate to the NFL draft?
Yeah, you'll notice we have 32 5-stars, and that's meant to simulate the number of picks in the first round. In our opinion, the NFL draft is the best measure for a football player's talent and ability, and also, honestly, kind of shows how they perform in college as well. It's also the only time in these football players' career where they're quantitatively sorted, which makes for a natural comparison.
Thank you, Charles. And now for one last recap of 1 through 32. Flash it up on the screen first. We're looking at 32 through 17. We see the 2 uncommitted, unsigned targets in there at number 31, Nicholas Harbor, and number 23, tight end Deuce Robinson. Also, quarterback Malachi Nelson checks in at 30, Dante Moore at 20. Now, as we go from 16 down to 1, you see Jackson Arnold, quarterback, checks in at number 6, while Nico Iamaleava is our new number 1, bumping Arch Manning from the top spot. All right, Charles, we have a new number 1 in the 2023 rankings. Explain to me why Nico Iamaleava is our number 1 overall player.
Yeah, Josh, this is a tough one, and honestly something we've kind of weighed for the last several months and a good bit of the cycle. I think when you're looking at this year, both of the top two quarterbacks, Nico Iamaleava and Arch Manning, they're really probably more of a projection than you would ideally want. I personally don't view either of them to be quite as sure of a thing as a Bryce Young or Caleb Williams. They could get there with their ability, but just based on how they play in high school and some of the ambiguity there, it's not as much of a slam dunk. So it really was a pretty tight race, despite Arch Manning holding that number one spot for the majority of the cycle for On3. I think the deciding factor for us was, if you're going with a projection, we tend to lean towards the quarterback that has the most physical upside, and that's Nico Iamaleava.
And there you have it, 1 through 32. Those are your final 2023 5-star rankings with a new number one. Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for me, and remember to check out all the videos on the On3 YouTube page.